What's up, boys? Welcome back. I'm going to give you a complete breakdown on how to get into personal branding, and more importantly, I think, how to become an icon, to have a personal brand that you actually love, that you want to show to the world, that is based around who you actually are as an individual. Because over the last 3 years, I went from working a 9 to 5 with nobody knowing who I was in Bournemouth, England, where my university town, to now living around the world, sometimes in Dubai, sometimes in Bangkok. I've got a business that does over $100,000 a month profit, Instagram with over 80,000 followers, and a YouTube with over 150,000 followers. So for me, personal branding has completely changed my life. It's completely changed the trajectory of who I am, my impact on the world, who I'm able to communicate with. And I believe whether you've got money, whether you don't have money, personal branding is incredibly, incredibly important. And over the last 3 years of me doing this pretty much non-stop, I've learned a fair few things. So I'm obviously not number one in the world because I don't have that big a personal brand still, but I make very good money, I have a great impact on the world, and I have a life that I really enjoy to live. So I'm just going to give you a few of those nuggets of wisdom in this talk and some tasks for you to do at the end to really get clear on who you are and what your personal brand should be. So number one concept to remember is you are the brand. A lot of people get it confused between having a business and having a brand and what a personal brand actually is, and they focus their personal brand too much on what they actually do, like being a fitness instructor, for example. But the personal brand is just you. It's who you are and it's your journey. And that's one thing that you really have to remember is you are the business as the brand. And that's how we're going to make this. And that's what being an icon is all about. Number two, strong personal brand is arguably the number one asset any young entrepreneur can have. It's quite hard to be taken seriously without an online presence. And trust me, there's times in my life I'd love to be a private person. There's times in my life where I would love to let go of everything that's online and just live my life, and I understand a lot of you want to remain private. Unfortunately, it is one of those double-edged swords. It is just one of those things that you have to get to grips with and you have to master, because no matter who you are and what industry you want to go into, whether that be online high-ticket sales, growing your own business, trading, coaching, building a brand and a company, a clothing brand, all of that relies on you having a strong online presence, in my opinion, or the money to fire into ads. Now, growing organically and getting this personal brand is such a huge asset because it saves you so much money rather than having to pump a load of money and investment into ads when you start any business. So get that through your head. I understand that some of you want to remain private, but I believe the way the world is going, having a personal brand will be a number one asset and the only way you will be trusted. If we look at social media and the landscape right now, even huge business owners, guys like Alex Hormozi, who was already a multi-millionaire, a lot of money, didn't need to do personal branding, fired all of his fucking time and energy into personal branding and has become way bigger. And a lot of the biggest guys in industries are doing that, and there's a reason, because personal branding will just open your horizons with networking, the business you can do, the brands you can make. It really is an amazing opportunity for people, and I don't think it's going to be around forever. I think personal branding over the next 10 years will be huge, and then I think it will be pay to play. I think they'll make it pay to play. So this free opportunity to really change your life, I reckon, is around for the next 10 years, and you should take advantage of it. Next thing, a lot of people ask me, Jack, I want to create a fitness brand, a coaching brand, a trading brand. They want to make 2 different accounts on Instagram or YouTube. They want to separate it from who they are. That's not a personal brand. That's a brand that runs on its own, and it's not you. The personal brand is always on your original account, and it's what I wanted to do when I first got into personal branding. You will be a little bit scared to start your account on your current Instagram or start your account on your current YouTube because you're scared of what people are going to think about you when you start posting in this online world and you start saying what you really think. Just remember this and just take my advice, even if you don't agree with me, because I had to take this advice before I wanted to agree with it when I first got into personal branding. Your first few clients that you get will be people you know that you don't even think would buy your product or service when you start doing your coaching or building your first offer of personal branding. That is what will happen. And you have to realize that you are going after the life that you want. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to remember anything. People think about you far less than you imagine. People care about you far less than you imagine. Even for someone like me who has quite a lot of exposure on the internet, Even you guys don't think about me that much. Maybe you see a video here and there, you hear something about me, but it's all gone. It's all water under the bridge at the end of the day. So you've really got to remove fear for anything in life, for any business that you want to be successful in, for personal branding especially. Remove that fear and just go for it. Because at the end of the day, you'll look back on your life and you can either say, yes, I did everything possible to try and have the life that I wanted to live, or you can have regret. And I know which one I'd rather take. It's always the risk. It's always conquering fear. So just get it out and start being that person you want to be, and who gives a fuck about what other people say. Every single time you get a piece of hate, it will come from underneath you. It will come from someone less awakened, less confident in themselves, and you do not pay any attention to hate comments on the internet. When people hate on me, tell me I'm doing something wrong, that I'm a loser, that I'm a dork. They don't say that very often because come on, I'm not a dork. But when people say stuff to me, I just think, look, that's come from a place of hurt, and they don't enjoy their own lives. I'm Jack Hopkins. I am the brand. I am not what I sell. When someone's committed to you as a person and to you and your teachings and your journey, they will always stick around to see you evolve and grow. They'll always stick around for your new products, for your new courses, for your mentorships, for your guidance, to be part of your community, because they believe in you as a person. And that is a super powerful place to be as a personal brand. When you continue to inspire and motivate people just with your journey, the product can be ever changing. The product can evolve over time. But when those people are real fans of you and you've helped their lives for free on the internet through your personal brand, that's when you become super powerful as a brand, and you become invincible no matter what happens with your products. Now, in my opinion, a lot of people get confused. What the hell should I post when I start a personal brand? And I believe our goal with a personal brand is to present just our journey as men or women, but not many women watch this channel, to the world, and become the men that we admire in real time and document that journey. So to become essentially the best version of yourself and show people that as you become it. And this is where the brand is built. It's about your story and you becoming a hero in the movie, and you presenting that hero to the world, and your kind of rags to riches, fat to thin superhero story that people can buy into and relate to as a person. And the beautiful thing about this is it starts right now. Is you can start today with exactly where you're at, no matter whether you're drug addicted, watching video games all the time, broke as a joke. It does not matter. You can start the brand today, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. And that's why I believe you guys watch me, and people have watched me, is because they've seen the growth, they've seen the journey, and you'll stick around for the journey. For me, when I'm one of the biggest brands in the world, when I'm one of the biggest businesses in the world, you guys will watch me and say, wow, we've seen Jack grow from this person to this person, and he's inspired us along the way, and he's took us through that journey, and we've seen it, and it's authentic and it's real, and he says what he wants to say. That's a brand. And the beautiful thing about that is it starts today. You don't have to have the lavish lifestyle. You don't have to have the things you think you need. You just need to start showing yourself to the world and showing your system, how you are changing your life. The first step in doing this, and this is the first task that I want us to come to, and I believe nobody else in the personal branding space talks about. They talk about statistics, they talk about hooks, and they talk about how to do the technical side of personal branding. It's important as well, but it's nowhere near as important as this. The first step is figuring out who the fuck you are right now, who you're going to show to the world, because not many people even know who they are. They don't even know what they believe in. They don't know where they're going or what they want to do. And everything starts with this mission, with this goal, with this idea for the future of who you want to become, who you are right now, and really understanding yourself. When you know thyself, you are ahead of 99% of the competition, because no one ever spends time in quiet reflection, in my opinion. So this was a task we did at the recent New Elite Content Mastermind. You can check that out as the last video I posted. But this was a task I sent the guys off to do, to figure out themselves. I want you to go quietly into a room with no technology, nothing but a notepad and your own thoughts, no technology at all, for the next 30 minutes, and I want you to sit there and I want you to write down on your piece of paper these questions. What are your long-term goals for your life? Have a real think about this. What does the future look like for you? When you get that warm feeling inside of you thinking, wow, if I lived that kind of lifestyle, I would be truly happy. Think about that. What is it that you want? And there's no right or wrong answer for this. You decide what you want to be. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be anybody else. If your dream life is just living quietly on an island with enough money to be able to go to the gym when you want, eat what you want, and see your buddies and surf in the daytime and make maybe $5,000 a month, then that is your goal and that is your dream. If you want private jets, Lambos, mansions, that is your dream. Nobody can tell you what that is, but have a think and know, what would I actually want to do long term in my life? Also, have a think right now, what's your biggest failure so far? You don't have to call it a failure, but a challenge in your life, something that you've learned from massively. The rock bottom moment. This is an important point in concept. This creates your story as a hero. This is a lot of what you will talk about will be how you climbed out of that pit, how you became a different person, and how you developed your system for making your life better. That's a lot of where a personal brand starts. What do you feel you can give to the world? Think about that in your head. If you can't give anything to the world yet, who do you need to become? What experiences do you need to have? What adventures would you need to go on to have something valuable to give to other people? What does the level 10 version of you look like? That's super important. When you're fully leveled up, what character do you want to be? Who do you want to be like? What are your strengths right now? What are you good at? What do you look back into your past and what did you enjoy doing for fun? What gave you peace as a kid? What were you naturally talented at school? A lot of this is where you should carve your general brand around, and what you actually post about is what you enjoy. When in life do you feel the most peace? When do you feel at peace? Now, after you've done that, you spend 30 minutes doing that, answering those questions, getting really deep on that. That's very important. You should put that somewhere where you can read it every day. Not many people know themselves that deeply. And then after that, what I want you to do is create a brand identity. So this is the outward projection and people's perception of what you as a brand stand for. Brands are feelings. When people think about you, they should get a feeling. They should know who they're in contact with. And you have to decide how you want to make people feel about you. So how do you decide, how do you want to be perceived by the world? Who do you want to become as a man? What do you want to give to the world? And what is the key purpose of the brand? When you've got all of this written down, along with who you are as a person, then you can start to tailor your content. Then you can create a content plan. Then you can create a schedule. Then you can start to post. Because you know who you are, you know what your core values are, you know what you're going to post, and you know how you want to be perceived by the world. If you want to be perceived as a high-level businessman, you want to start a trading course, or you want to start a trading mentorship, you want to show people live trades, then you know how to dress, you know how to act, you know how to speak. If you want to be the fitness guy, the biohacking guy, you know what you have to perceive yourself as and what you have to give to the world. So this task should help you get clear on what you want as a brand. And it's often the work that people miss out on, and it's why their brands are scattered and there's no identity and people don't know who they are. So I hope that helps you, boys. If you are struggling with personal branding, having the right brothers around you to level up, you feel like a big fish in a small pond, like your friends are pulling you down, come and join us inside the New Elite. It's my private network. You get direct contact with me so we can help build out the next steps of your personal brand, build your content plan, your strategy, and share more of my secrets with you, and also connect you with over 300 entrepreneurs around the world that are doing online business, personal branding, sales, CEOs of companies, super successful guys that have the same mindset as us, focused about becoming better men, giving each other accountability, meeting up around the world, and giving you that sense of adventure and giving you the people ahead of you that give you that guidance to get to the next level. So guys, if you're interested in that, discover the Power of Brotherhood underneath this video. Click the link and book a call with one of my team. Find out how we can help you more, change your life, and get in contact with me directly. It'd be a pleasure to speak to you. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one. Whoop-ow!